In a world overflowing with opinions, where everyone is busy arguing, explaining, and proving they're right, there's one thing that never argues or insists on anything at all, and yet it always remains as it is: the truth. Truth is unshakable. It doesn't need your approval. It doesn't need a majority vote. It doesn't wait for a show of hands. And it definitely doesn't need you to understand it. It isn't true because people believe in it, and it doesn't stop being true just because everyone denies it. Fire doesn't need our permission to be hot. Gravity didn't wait for us to understand physics to do its job. Truth needs nothing from you to be true.
The uselessness of opinion. Every time we offer our personal opinion, we're putting something temporary and changeable up against something permanent. Opinions depend on our mood, our experiences, our likes, and our dislikes. But the truth doesn't depend on any of those things. It doesn't need us to agree. It doesn't wait for our confirmation. Truth needs nothing from us. Opinions are like dust, blowing around in the wind of our feelings. But the truth is the solid ground beneath our feet, unshaken by any storm. A battle you can't win. We humans are always trying to fight reality. We deny it, argue with it, or search for information that confirms what we want to believe. But it's a battle you've already lost before you even begin. It's like standing at the ocean's edge and commanding the waves to stop, or telling the sun not to shine. No matter how hard you try, the truth remains the same. This isn't a threat, it's a fact. Just like the sun will rise in the east, whether we agree with it or not. Reality doesn't change just because you want it to.
The suffering of resistance. Imagine someone standing in a downpour, furious at the rain. Someone who hates the waves because they won't stand still. Someone crying because the sun won't set just a little bit later. Our suffering works the same way. We aren't suffering because it's raining. We're suffering because we want it to be sunny. We don't suffer because of what happened. We suffer because it's not what we wanted to happen. The pain comes from trying to force the picture in our head onto the reality in front of us. And when those two things don't match, we suffer. An invitation to acceptance. So, learn to accept reality, not with a sense of defeat or sadness, but with an open and curious heart. Acceptance is about stopping the fight with things you can't change, so you can free up your energy to work on the things you can. It's about seeing things as they are, not as you wish they were. Finding peace with what is. When you start to see reality for what it is, you experience it for what it is. And when you accept it for what it is, you can finally let it be without it hurting you. This isn't just an intellectual understanding, it's a felt sense. It's like knowing fire not from a book, but from actually feeling its warmth. Once you stop fighting reality, reality can't make you suffer. It just is what it is, and you are just someone who peacefully lets it be. You can't change it, but you can flow with it. You can't change reality, but you can change your relationship with it. You can go from being a fighter to being an observer, from someone swimming against the current to someone flowing with it. Peace without control. We find peace not by getting everything we want, but by letting go of the need to control what we can't. This peace doesn't come from the world outside. It comes from within, from a place that allows everything to be exactly as it is. Coming home. Opinions are shadows. Reality is the light. The light never changes, but the shadows shift depending on what's blocking the light. Let the light of reality shine through you without anything getting in the way. You are not the creator of reality. You are not the owner of reality. You are simply a part of it. You don't have to control everything. You just have to stop fighting it. And in that moment of surrender, you'll find you've come home. If you feel good after listening, don't forget to share it with your loved ones, follow and press the bell. Let's grow together with understanding, not perfection.